I mean, there's one thing that maybe I will complain about.
They had a bunch of raccoons rowing canoes and all sorts of funny things.
We're out to go moose hunting.
Man, how cool was that? A moose bull.
Good morning, guys. So we're here at Gros Ventre Campground in the Grand Teton National Park. We got here like a couple days ago and we've been just kind of chilling, relaxing. So here's the thing. I don't want this video to sound like we're complaining, I don't know, like first world problems, you know, but this campground here, the Gros Ventre Campground, I would say is quite different than any of the other campgrounds that we've stayed at this trip in the USA, and probably many other campgrounds in BC and Canada that we've stayed at. I mean, there's one thing that maybe I will complain about, which will be I couldn't even find a time to film this clip without getting that generator in the background because, well, more on that later. But I'm just heating up the grill here. We're having breakfast this morning. I'm gonna make some like McGriddle style breakfast sandwiches. It should be like pretty good. We've never tried this, but I'm fairly optimistic that it's gonna be delicious. So anyways, let's get cooking. Okay, so I'm going for like a pancake bun type of thing, but I'm gonna try and bake the sausage into one of the pancakes. Also, not naming names or anything, but somebody set up my grill and didn't even level it, so these eggs, I'm sure are gonna go everywhere. Yep. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, those might be like the most perfect pancakes I've ever cooked. Wow. I'm just realizing I should have put syrup in the pancakes and then it really would have been like a McDonald's style. I am gonna put some Chick-fil-A sauce on though. Man, this stuff is so good, we don't have this in Canada. Chloe, are you happy with your plain pancake? Not jealous at all of our McGriddle sandwiches?
Yeah, Denny's Supreme it looks like here. Thanks, Alysha.
So we're gonna head to the town of Jackson Hole right now. We need a few supplies. We need milk for our coffees. That's always an essential one when we're out. Gotta go to town. And that is one of the upsides to this Gros Ventre Campground, at least, is that you're maybe a 15-minute drive to the town of Jackson Hole, which is super cool, super cute. I think they have a big Target we're gonna go check out right now, find some clothes for Chloe as well, maybe. But it's nice you can go all the town stuff. They have nice restaurants. We actually went into town recently, and in the town square, they have 4 arches, one on each corner, of all elk antler arches that look super cool. They also have some really unique stores. We went and found a moose teddy bear for Chloe, kind of in honor of the moose in the area here. We got a magnet there as well. And when we were in the store, it was actually the craziest, most like, I don't know what you would refer to it as, like country mountain vibe, but high quality store. They had the most bizarre taxidermy things that were for sale. You could buy like giant, I don't even want to call it wildebeest, but it was called kind of muskeg deer type thing with like curly antlers. They had bison. You could buy like the full taxidermied bison head. You could buy bison skulls. They had bobcats. They had a bunch of raccoons rowing canoes and all sorts of funny things. They had squirrels. Just the weirdest store. But again, this town is just so cute and charming, and it's nice that you're close to it. You can get in there. But so we're gonna go there now and see what we can find today. And it's a good day to get out at least and take advantage of it before Chloe's next nap.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump into why this is personally my least favorite campsite we've had on this trip. Maybe least favorite campground, but our campsite does play a large role in it. The way this campground is laid out is it's one long road that goes down, and then off of it, loops bump in. We managed to get this campsite last minute on CampNav again. We didn't have anything in the Tetons at all originally, so we figured anything's better than nothing. We didn't put a lot of thought into it, just booked it and went with it. But being on the main stretch that we're on, everyone that drives their vehicles up and down it goes right past the head side of our bed, with the bed being on the front of the trailer. So diesel trucks early in the morning, late at night, all the tow vehicles are always going past you. This campground doesn't use a gate, so anyone can come in past 10 o'clock, which we've had quite a bit because Jackson Hole is so close. So people who are staying in town late then come home late and are setting up tents. We've had quite a bit beside us from just last minute one-day campers. All of that happens. Also, on that straight stretch, we booked on the inside, so we're on the road. Neighbors are pretty close RV park style, but they're also all behind you here. Like I have 1, 2, 3 right behind me here. Again, I think if you were to book here and get somewhere on the back side of one of these loops, you would have a lot nicer of an experience because then you wouldn't have vehicles constantly going up and down there. But as we sit right now, we're right on the high through traffic. We're right on all these campsites here. And it's busy. Here comes a diesel as I speak. With that being said though, the Grand Tetons are still beautiful. We're gonna enjoy it here. We have a night at Colter Bay we booked last minute coming up just to see what that's like. It's the Colter Bay RV Park, which will be our most expensive campground on the trip coming up though. But I think if I were to come to Grand Tetons next time, I would either try and book in one of the back far corners in the back loop away from the main road. That, or coming into the Grand Teton area as we were heading north, there was a bunch of national forest campgrounds that were actually marked, still had picnic tables and all of that, and it'd be free. I believe we paid something like $30 or $35 a night for this one with no hookups, just a basic spot. So that's on the higher end of where most campgrounds charge for national parks anyways, so not the greatest value in our opinion, but we're gonna make it work here and then we'll see how Colter Bay works out in comparison.
So when it really comes down to it, we're just not super thrilled with the campsite that we booked, not necessarily the whole campground. And we knew that coming into it too. We knew that we had booked on the main road, so it would be busy and louder. We knew that we booked on the inside of a loop, so we'd have a lot more neighbors and a lot more neighbor noise and less privacy and stuff than booking on the outside of a loop. So that would obviously be a recommendation when you're booking any campground, but specifically this one. Also, something that we didn't realize was that there's 3 different loops. There's the loop that we're in, which is pretty much a free-for-all. There's an electrical loop where you have plug-ins and there's no generators allowed. And there's a tenting only loop, which they don't allow generators either, obviously. So we just didn't realize that there were no generator rules in this loop. Like, I've never heard of it other than in, say, national forests or like crown land in Canada, where
any non-designated official campground basically.
Yeah, there's always generator hours. Like, it's always usually like, I don't know, 8 till 10 and
6 to 8.
6 to 8, something like that. But there's no generator rules here, so you can run your generator all day during non-quiet hours, which is 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., which...
Yeah, so it really spreads it out, but also that 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. would usually be kind of like your quiet wind down spot. Kids are going to bed and that sort of a thing. But people, and we had it quite a bit, where people run it right to 10 p.m. So even we're going to bed at that time, let alone Chloe or anybody else's kids.
Yeah, and like, not to air out our neighbor or anything, but as soon as they checked in, they started the generator up. And it's not a quiet generator either. It's a open frame, like loud one. So anyways, they pulled in and they started the generator up right away. They ran it all the way till 10 p.m. Which, you know, it's allowed and maybe they needed it. Who knows? I don't care. But then right the next morning at 8 a.m. they started it up again and ran it like most of the day. It's just like, I don't know. It's within the rules and you're allowed to do it, and like I said, maybe they needed to, like, I don't know, but it is just something that we didn't know coming into this. Yeah, you can definitely get a really nice site in this campground if you book in the electrical loop, or if you book on an outer loop and not around, like, I don't know, we're probably around like 6 different people when they all run generators at different times, and it is what it is. But yeah, anyways, we're out to go moose hunting. Okay, not actually, but we're gonna go find a moose. Hopefully. It's getting down to sundown time, so we're gonna go to a little river spot and see if we can find some moose. The mountains here at Grand Teton National Park are looking perfect too. I mean, they're like perfectly snow-capped still. I think I read something like, I don't know, July or August, all the snow starts to melt and you can do like bigger hikes up there, but I just love having the view of all the snow on the mountains and the contrast, and it looks so pretty. We went yesterday on like one of the scenic drives, and we went down to the Jenny Lake overlook, which was super, super pretty. And when we were driving on that road too, we also saw this little baby bear. He was so cute. First bear of the year that we've seen, so that was awesome. And it was such a nice drive. It was so nice to get out, and a lot of the hikes I think around here are like really long hikes and go up the mountains and are kind of crazy. So we decided to do the scenic drive, which is a really good idea because it's a really like stress-free, easy way to get out and see the views without, you know, having to trek up a mountain or anything crazy. Scanning for moose. We don't see anything so far.
Yeah, nothing yet. It's sure a nice river drive here on the way back to the road though. Very nice. So the last few nights we've driven past here being out and about, we've actually seen sometimes when one person sees a moose, everyone swarms here and lines up on the bank to watch the moose. We haven't seen a moose yet, but we're here. But I feel like everyone's gonna start seeing the vehicles parking here and be like, they must know there's a moose in the area. And we don't.
Okay, we just got some moose intel.
Pro tip.
Yeah, pro tip. There's a big bull up here apparently.
A bull.
So we're gonna go see. Apparently he's got big antlers and looking pretty cool, so.
Yeah, and no one else is even here. We just passed the one group that spotted him. So again, normally you see just a huge group of people all gawking and it's just a swarm of photographers, but we're gonna have it to ourselves, it sounds like.
La la. Quick, hurry before he leaves.
I've seen him. He is huge.
You see him? Oh my god, there he is.
Whoa, he hears us.
Oh, sorry, bud.
And here come the people that have seen that we're on to something good. Man, how cool was that? A moose bull. We were thinking maybe we'd see a female moose out, because that's what we've always seen out traveling. On the Cabot Trail, went back in the Canada days, we've seen 2 females, but I don't think we've ever seen a male moose before, hey?
That was so cool. He was just eating the little branches, being all cute.
Yeah, he's huge. Man, that moose was such a nice way to end up camping here at least. I gotta say, all things considered, we had a good view of the Tetons from here. We got to check out Jackson Hole, and we got to see a male moose, which again, I don't think we've ever seen in our life before in the wild or anything, so that was a nice way to top it off. So, thank you all for tuning into this vlog. Hope you learned a bit about the area, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
See you next time, guys.
Take care. Bye. Oh, was that a bye, Chloe?